Hello, everybody. I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. It's Wednesday, it's hump day. Raining. Look how humid it is out there. Just look at it. Condensation is on the outside. You can hear the rain, presumably. I got soaked yesterday. I went to get my nails done. And now I have Christmas nails. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. On my toes too. And, pretty much raining all day yesterday, so I went there half an hour early because it's on the other side of the island, the south side of the island. Only takes me about 12 minutes to ride there, but still, if it's pouring with rain, devastated by the time I get there. But I went half an hour early because there was a break between showers, and I didn't have that look on the way home. Absolutely soaked. But at least I've got a washing machine now, so I could throw all my stuff in the washing machine and wash it straight away so that it was a lot drier. Hi Deborah, hi Maria, how are you? I ordered some new Brazil nuts a couple of weeks ago because my Brazil nuts are starting to get that yucky taste to them. I tend to have like a Brazil nut too every day. I try and sometimes I forget because I'm thinking like I haven't had them for a couple of days now, but I try and have a Brazil nut. Anyway, they got a bit icky, so I ordered some new ones. Because they were on special, the online shop that I get my health food from. And the old ones, I thought, I'm not going to throw them away. I'm going to stick them outside on my balcony out back there for the squirrels to have them. Anyway, I hadn't noticed. Like, I've been kind of keeping an eye on the pile. It's quite a big pile too. Keeping an eye on like where the positions of them are on the outside. And with so much rain, I thought, the rain's probably batting it around and moving it. Anyway, I just saw a squirrel come up and went up. I jumped up to have a look, and yeah, it was getting the Brazil nut. It just got one too. It wasn't greedy. It just got one of them and went off. So it's sharing them with its mates. Hey Liz. So I thought that was sweet. Well, let's do some channeling for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Let's see what's going on there. Any developments, anybody? Me, not so much. Not in the last 2 days. I like them too. But they started to get that funny taste to them where they go a bit rancid. I thought the squirrels might be okay with that. Apparently they are. I'll also be giving mini reads as well. So if you want a mini read, if you're on here live with me and you want a mini read, check out the pinned comment, the comment that's pinned up top of the live chat. That tells you how to do it. It's by donation. There's a PayPal link in that pinned comment for your donations, but you can also use Super Chat and Super Sticker here on YouTube if you want to. After you've done your donation, put a capital Q at the start of your comment with your question in for your reading. It can be a specific question. It doesn't have to be that. It could be a general question if you want general guidance. Totally up to you. It doesn't have to be about twin flames. That's just what I'm going to go on about in this. So that was an update to Apple, and now I can use my iPhone. It's going to look exactly the same to you, but it's using different software. I'm using different software now. Now Apple lets me do it using Apple, which means that I can change it like this. I can put center stage on it. But we're not going to do that. How cool is that, but? Portrait. Studio light. Not so great for the cards. I checked it out and it makes the card go dark, that one, so we can't do that. And then there's this other one too, and I'm not going to use that because it doesn't actually work with the software that I am using here. But how cool is that? I think it's cool anyway. It's just a behind the scenes things, but I'm a bit of a geek. Truth be known, I am. I'm a geek. So let's get some cards out for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine and see what's going on. No developments, but loads of universe signs and songs. Yes. And, oh my God, Scorpio season, what are you doing to us? I have never been so emotional. I've never been so emotional. I'm telling you, I'm finding it hard sleeping, even. I got sleep last night, but still not all the way through. It's like worry. And I'm not a worrying kind of a person. But it's just so emotional. Anyway, see what's going on. Yeah, so Scorpio season is kicking my ass emotionally. What's going on with divine masculine, divine feminine right now? Knight of Wands. Whew, someone's coming. That's literally. Someone's got a lot of passion. They're coming in. With that passion, Knight of Wands, they want a forward movement. They want forward movement now. Well, we've wanted that for ages. It's not that they've not wanted it. It feels to me like they might be more able to now. Queen of Wands. Divine Feminine wants to take action. So much action here. The Divine Feminine wants to take action. She's like, what can I do? Maybe action toward the Divine Masculine, or maybe action away. Like, I just want something to happen now. I got my nails done square. I kind of like them square. I think they're cute for short nails. I think the square's cuter for short nails, don't you? It's kind of nice to have them shorter. They're getting really long. Queen of Wands, she wants to take action. Knight of Wands, he wants to take action. Eight of Swords, there's a block. Someone feels that they can't right now. They can't right now. Something is holding them back from doing that. Someone wants to take action here. It's not so much about what they want to say. They want to take action. They want to be right there next to you, grabbing you, kissing you, that kind of thing. It's the action. For the Knight of Swords, they would want to rush in and tell you something, but it's not. It's the Wands. They want to kiss you. I'll just keep it at that. Queen of Wands to the Knight of Wands. You know, it's not the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands. Divine Feminine's more likely to take action. Either way. Away from the Divine Masculine to someone else, or toward the Divine Masculine. But she is more likely to instigate change because she's the Queen. Knight of Wands is a little bit less powerful energy. No, the Knight of Wands is kind of powerful energy, but it's kind of naive, and they might actually hold themselves back. You know, if someone's got the Knight of Wands energy, we can often have like Knight of Wands energy. Like, I'm going to tell them, and you know, we can have the Knight of Wands energy when we go to work, and I'm going to tell my boss that. And then when it comes down to it, our head kicks in. It's like, no, I'm not, because that would be a stupid thing to do. So the Knight of Wands energy can be reversed because it's just a more naive kind of an energy. Let's carry on. The Archer takes his shot. Well, we've got a lot of stuff gone into Sagittarius now, haven't we? The Moon. Something else has gone into Sagittarius as well today. And we're headed towards Sagittarius season as well, where, yeah, I think is where the action will be. I think Sagittarius season is where the action will be. But it's because of this Scorpio season and what the hell it's doing to us. It's riding on the back of that for sure. We do have a new moon, don't we? Sagittarius new moon coming up. They're indecisive, you think. I think they've made up their mind. On the 24th, so it's 7 days away, week on Thursday, we've got a new moon in Sagittarius. What did I say it was? Hang on. Hey, Timothy. Scared nights. I think they're getting there. I got sad news this morning. My ex-boyfriend is dying. That email just showed itself to me again. Where are you, new moon? New moon, new moon. There it is. Feeling all kinds of ways. Seriously? More of the same. More of the same. Okay. Called it feeling all kinds of ways. Then we've got the World. Something is completing. There's going to be a new chapter starting. It's a long and protracted in between worlds ending before the new cycle can begin. But hey, the new cycle is going to be huge, isn't it? We had that alignment, remember, that said that what's going on now changes the next 30 years of our lives, probably the rest of our lives, in fact. I know, that's sad. He's got pancreatic cancer, which has spread to his liver. He's out of here. I went out with him when I was about 20. What, 20? A little off. See, this is what I'm saying. You hit 50 and all your friends start dying. It's a long and protracted thing, this ending before the new beginning. It's, yeah, that in-between worlds. It's taking ages, but why does it have to take ages? Like, really, it takes ages. Shift through the energies, maybe. So I sorted my washing machine out yesterday with the help of the staff here, because, and I kind of feel embarrassed about this, but all of the instructions are in Thai. No, they weren't, Claire. There were some English ones in there and you just didn't look properly. Okay. And the first time I put it on, oh my God, it nearly broke the bathroom up. It was hopping. This is a heavy thing, this washing machine. And when it was in the spin cycle, it was hopping around. And I was having to hold it down lest it break the toilet. And it did some damage. I'm like, well, that's not right. And then I noticed, the drum doesn't move. It must have something fixing it. So I had a better look at the instructions in Thai and thought, I think that these screws on the back need to come out. And so I sent a picture of that instructions where I thought it told me that the screws need to come out to some of the staff here, one of the staff here, and said, does this say I've got to take those 4 screws out? And they said, yes, it does. Hang on, we're going to kind of come around and check it out with you. And by which time I'd already taken the screws out, and it's like, yes, now the thing moves. I think it's going to be okay. So we went through the rest of the instructions, and they found the English ones for me, going, duh, there you go, Claire. But I'm glad I've got that sorted out. The world card, yes. We're still in that in-betweeny stage. This, oh my God. I fit it myself. With Thai instructions. And then looking over the English instructions. I did a good job. Look at this, 9 of Swords. That's me lately. Oh, God. I've been having to put a Michael Seeley sleep. What do you call it? Michael Seeley is hypnotist. Meditations kind of thing. He does like sleep meditation, but he's excellent. It's not just a meditation. He's a hypnotist too. So he messes the words up so much that you fall asleep real fast. And I'm having to use that to get to sleep and to get back to sleep. And I just can't do it. Like I'm really struggling and verging on because of this. It's like me being emotional and not being able to sleep. And Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine too. I just heard Divine Masculine too. They're the same. Both like this. Oh my God, really struggling through this change, this period of change. I never got that from the world card before. The in between worlds, the in between change. Yeah, it is. It's going to be huge and wonderful. It is. And we've got to kind of try, I think, to focus on that. It's getting a little bit brighter. Oh, I hate rainy season. Rainy season is when I find that I'm And I learned that I'm solar powered because my mood, my energy, I'm so lazy when it's raining all the time. I'm not usually like that. I don't feel like doing anything, going anywhere. I just feel like watching movies and stuff. Really zaps my energy. Saps my energy, zaps my energy, whatever that saying is. But the Seven of Cups and the Death card, someone's choosing the ending. And the Death card, Scorpio season. It's a choice, though. Someone's choosing that ending. Sleep's difficult for you. Yeah, my mind won't stop, and that's so not like me. And it's so not like me at all. And I found myself reminiscing. It's like, oh, I wish it was a week ago when I used to be able to sleep, when I'd go to bed and my mind would be clear. And but it isn't. It's not a week ago. It's now. And we've got this stuff going on. Someone's actually choosing it to end something. So, of course, we've got major endings going on. Those endings are happening and have happened. A lot of them have happened. But sometimes we need to put the lid on it. And I think that's what's happened in this Scorpio season, is the lid is being put on it. And what I mean by that is, you can break up with someone, say, but you still see them. You're still going around and seeing them, or you're still messaging each other. When you put a lid on it, that's when you go, that's the point when you decide, I'm not going to go around there anymore. I'm not going to connect with them. It's the real ending when you really finish it. So someone's got to choose that, the ending point where they actually stop it. But Scorpio season is kicking someone's ass to get them to do that. It's not me. It's them. In my situation, I haven't got anything left. This is the problem. It's like, I wish. This is it, right? That's why we've got the Queen of Wands out. She wishes she could do something, but she's got nothing left to do. Like, has any of the Divine Feminines got anything left to do? We did this stuff ages ago, didn't we? Anyway, the Eight of Swords is there, so they're not feeling able to put the lid on it, but they're having to choose to. You've been having nightmares. Oh, last night you dreamed your ex didn't die. Oh, God. Whoa. Wow. Coming back up again. Maybe to put the lid on it. The dad coming back. So let's go back over this. The Knight of Wands. They wish they could just bypass this process. They wish they could just bypass this process, but no, Scorpio season is kicking our ass. They wish they could just come in, hug you, ignore it all, just like elope, just run away from it and not have to put the lid on it. They're not going to. They're going to think better of it. Queen of Wands, Divine Feminine's like, I want to do something, anything. Get away from this, toward this, I want to do something. My hands are tied, can't do it. Both hands are tied. I can't do it at the moment. The mind, the Eight of Swords, the mind kicks in going, I can't actually do this at the moment. So we're in the in-between phase, feeling absolutely shit. And the Divine Masculine needs to make a choice to actually end this thing, to actually take that final action and go, this is it. Yeah, this is it. The ending is yours, your sabotages and your lessons. Yeah. I think if anything, the Divine Feminine still has a bit more of that to go. For me, there's some childhood stuff coming up for me. Some of that came up at the weekend in reaction to a child who was very upset, and I couldn't console her at the weekend. And I knew it. I can see it. I can see it from the way that she's being brought up, that she's not getting the love that she needs, and that I couldn't console her, that she was inconsolable with that love means that she's just so not used to it. She's used to having to do it herself. I've known that little girl since she was tiny, and it's worried me. She's worried me for a while. What can you do? She's not being abused or anything. She's just not being loved right. Neglected, perhaps, emotionally. That is triggering to me. Okay, tell us more. I'm going to be putting this deck away, the Starchild Tarot deck away, and getting out the Christmas deck, because this morning I will be starting December's energy updates, daily energy updates, recording them, which is why I got my nails done. So I've got to have Christmas nails for like a month and a half. Let's see if I can keep this going. A month and a half, you think I can do it? They're going to get pretty long. My toenails, they don't grow very fast. Fingernails do. You feel that your person's too far behind and that you need to move on. See, that's that Queen of Wands energy. That is it, Timothy. You're definitely in the Divine Feminine energy. It's funny. Yeah. I've been in and out of that. But it's doing it. Apparently. Even a heartfelt message that everyone knew was for me on Facebook. Here we go, Mars. I'm going to do it. This is the masculine energy, divine masculine going, I am going to take action. Mars. Come on. Riling himself up. Courage. I'm going to do it. Let's read Mars out. Climate control is very difficult when the weather's not good. Much easier when it's just hot. For a fire, Mars. Excuse me. Got voice stuff going on today. Mars is a warrior known for bravery and action. Come on. This god may very well be the most literal representation of fire action in the suit for his move to swift action by fiery passion. The stoked. I just heard stoked. The fire's being stoked. Scorpio season. It's water. Like water that's on fire. Astrologically, Mars shows energy, courage, confidence, and strength. This is the energy that helps us stand up for ourselves, to follow adventure. You see, that's something that is new to the divine masculine, self-love, putting themselves first. Like, oh, I can be happy. I can be loved too. Oh, I'm allowed to do that. I don't have to forfeit myself. So, yeah, he's divine masculines are feeling this energy, but are still in that place where they're like, am I sure that it's okay to do this? Giving themselves permission to do it. It helps that the divine feminine is showing him the way. She's like, well, I'm doing it and I've been doing it for ages, and this is how you love yourself and you make good decisions for yourself, so get on with it, mister. This is the energy that helps us stand up for ourselves, to follow adventure and be spontaneous. Mars's power comes from the fire that burns in our gut. That's it. I think they're thinking of being spontaneous, but I think that the mind is going to stop them from doing it. I've just got this feeling. It's both formidable and dangerous, moving back from defensive protection to aggressive attack with surprising ease. If not controlled or channeled appropriately, this energy can lead to violence, accidents, or cruelty. It's when it's like we've known, like divine feminine is known from going through cycles of codependency to resentment. When you get to that point of resentment, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because you blow up at people and it's like, you've never stood up for yourself, never asked for what you want. And then when you're absolutely depleted and so full of resentment, you go crazy at people. You're crazy at the people that you love, right? Your kids cop it, everyone cops it. And we know what this is like. My masculine is at that point now where it's like people could be copping it, could be like going off because he hasn't been loving himself. He hasn't been loving himself. He hasn't been making those good decisions along the way. So this is building up. It's been building up inside of him. So yeah, it could really be going on. going off. The 4 of 5 shows the desire for action. The situation is fraught with energy that's powerful and fast moving. There's a need for courage, confidence, and possibly defensiveness. And then we feel bad. Once we've left it to that point where we have to take action because we've pissed ourselves off so much that we have to do it, then it comes with guilt and stuff, because we recognize, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done that. That's what we say to ourselves. I shouldn't have done that. But what we really mean is, I shouldn't have done it that way. I should have done it earlier when it was a clean decision, when I first felt out of alignment. I shouldn't let it build up and then do it that way, because they didn't deserve that. Like, they didn't deserve me to, yell at them or whatever. But that's what happens when we ignore it. That's what happens when we're not loving ourselves. Learning lessons. Beat addictions. Take better care of yourself. Yeah. All of that stuff. Just making better choices. I thought I was making good choices before, and I wasn't. And maybe I look back at now and think, could have been making better choices. Certainly, Saturday's my choices. I had a conversation. When was that? Recently, before Saturday, with someone saying about drinking and saying, like, yes, I overdrink when I drink. I'm a binge drinker, yes, but no longer is it down to feeling bad or because I'm trying to drown my sorrows or all of that, or because I'm anxious. I don't do it for that anymore. I do it just because I'm partying with I'm having a good time with my friends. It's a celebration, and I drink too much because that has been my pattern. But no, that's not true. Just as soon as you say it, the universe goes, oh, really? You think you don't do that anymore? Well, how about this, Claire? Here you go. I'll put you in this situation on Saturday night, and then watch you drink too much for the negative reasons. And I did. And then I blew up. The Wheel of the Year. Things getting moving. Oh, the energy's moving, that's for sure. The universe is shaking it up like snow scene, like my nails. Shaking us all up like we're in a snow scene. Come on, says the universe. The Wheel of the Year. Got a feeling that this is early on. Oh, there it is. Changes in the air. The next logical step. Changing fortunes, repeating cycles. Someone's changing. You'll see it. How they are within the world. How they be within the world. It's changing. Both on a big scale and on small personal scales as well, which you might not see the small personal ones, but it's all changing. They're changing. There's disruptive energy at the moment. We're being shaken about to not instigate it. It's already been instigated to get it moving, to get it moving along. Move along now. Move down the bus. Anyone want a mini read? 15th. Ah. What was the energy update today? I forgot to post it. Yeah, very much the energy of, like, I listened to it in the middle of the night when I was awake. And I thought, oh God, that's it. It's going to turn up on the doorstep. Because it was about the communication, I think. I don't know. Can't remember. Anyone remember what the energy update for the 16th is about? When I listened to it, I was like, it sounds like it's showing up. 5 of Water. Look at these two. Would you look at these two? You see the similarities there? he's been called to action. She's like pretty much the same energy, but water. Five of water. Wow. There's going to be a fight. I think there's going to be a fight. Yeah, bring it on. Five of water. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Big fight. War. Two war cards. Wow. And then the wheel of the year in between them there. It's the washing machine. It's the washing machine going off. I told you. It's not a coincidence that the washing machine was hopping about like it was a kicking buffalo or something in the bathroom. It's like, yeah. Stuff like that happens, right? It at the right time. It's like the energy is doing this too. Let's read the Five of Water out. I'm a little scared too. So, Divine Feminines. This is where we're at. Bellona, the Etruscan goddess of war. Aphrodite, as we noted with Aphrodite, war is sometimes closely linked with love and relationships. We don't mean war in the usual sense, of course, although it might be quite similar. In terms of relationships, the word war is symbolic of clashing of wills and desires, when one party wants something that the other party does not want, or when one party wants to take action and the other party isn't. Bellona as a war goddess is particularly invoked for victory and for something that's useful in obtaining that victory, strategy. While Bellona may wield common elements of physical destruction, sword and spears, one assumes the most deadly weapon is a mind, perhaps a tongue. I heard tongue. Ooh, the reminder here is to make sure your strategy is sound before taking your first step. Be careful, everybody. Be careful. Frustrations, yeah. The reminder here is to make sure your strategy is sound before taking your first step. So Divine Feminine's Queen of Wands energy. Don't dive into anything now. Just be careful. Like I said, the Divine Feminine is more likely to take action than the Divine Masculine at the moment. The Knight is more likely to be corrected by the mind than the Queen is. The Queen is more likely to take action and not kick in the mind. Be clear on what you want to achieve. Yeah, what do you want to achieve with this? If you are compelled to action because of frustrations, what do you want to achieve with that? Ask yourself that. To get it moving, it's already moving. You don't need to get it moving. It's already moving. You're feeling it because it's already moving. They're feeling it too. It's not like they're just like sitting there with their feet up, not feeling a thing, and you're feeling it all, and you're like, come on, feel something, do something, masculine. They're going through it too. That's what I got when I picked these two out. I'm like, oh, I said, with this Five of Cups and the Nine of Swords, this is where Divine Feminine's at the moment, and I heard straight away, you both are. You're both are right now. Nobody can sleep. Everyone's feeling like that. Everyone's feeling absolutely crap right now. So what do you want to achieve with it? The action that you want to take. Think about that, because it probably is just, I want to throw a spanner in the works. I want to get things moving. Well, things are moving already, so you don't need to do that. Think through the best way to achieve it. It may be difficult because danger and deception are all around. Difficult to get your mind straight. Five of Water indicates a highly dramatic situation with all parties involved feeling highly charged and restless. There you have it. They're feeling it too. It will take a cool head to navigate this situation. And communication is off as well. Watch out, everybody. You're trying to hold your energy back. Have you got fire in your chart, Maria? I see I've got a problem right now with all of this because of that. I'm mostly Aries. I'm more like this than this. I'm more like, it's very hard. That's why I said, oh, there's going to be a fight. Good, bring it. I'm up for that. There's Brenda. Brenda's a stray cat. She used to get pregnant all the time. Mother of Blackie, who's still around here, is a stray cat too. She's kind of antisocial, but do you want to hear her cry? Well, not cry, but her wail. See, she's antisocial. She'll run off from me. Tell me what you want. What do you want? Brenda, what do you want? She's not going to do it. She usually cries for a long time. Like, wah. Let's get rid of some mosquitoes. Hey. Got it. So that's Brenda. Named by old neighbours of mine. Brenda, what else? Blackie. Yeah, Brenda's a good name for her. Brenda the slut cat. We got her done though. We managed to catch her and get her done. She is much more sociable now, but she's still feral. I don't like to feed those two, Blackie and her, because the pests. They're outside my room enough, Llewllyn. Those two, they're real pests. If I fed them, the true cancer. I bet you do have some fire in your chart too. Oh, whatever next. Maiden of Water. Be happy instead. Like, play with the dolphins. Really, universe. Oh, you've got all of this energy shaking it up. And I'm making you feel this kind of way. So that there's movement happening, but be happy and anticipate a good time and be ready for it and be light and free. Really? It's like, I'll set your room on fire, but be cool. Be cool and happy. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Email just came through. Maiden of Water. Plays with the dolphin and splashes in the wave. She promises a fresh, youthful approach filled with positive energy. Really? Okay. Be positive. Be fresh, youthful approach, happiness, playful. It's a big ask, isn't it? That's a tall order. Now the dog's here. Because he likes to chase, there she is. She likes to chase the cats. And so she gets frustrated when she can't chase the cats, so the cats jump up high and she'll whine, trying to get and bark at them, trying to get at them. It's all going off outside with the animals because the rain has stopped for a moment. The top four are double Libra, double water. Very relationship focused then. Well, that's a tall order. Try and not buy into this energy. So I think what's being said here is, feminines, unless you've got something to do here, you don't have something to do here. Yes, you're feeling the energies because you feel the energies shaking the divine masculine up at the moment, the universe says, in order for him to take action. You're feeling it too. Of course you're feeling it too. But unless there's something you need to take action on, and you'll know if there is, there's an ending that you need to do, then this is not yours. Try and... It's hard, isn't it? Because we feel them. It's the twin flame connection is like ultimate empath connection. Because I do this work, I've got very good control over my empath connection. I no longer take it on anymore. Well, you see me doing the readings, I can feel it. I'm in and out of it. I don't take it on anymore. I'm not like right there with you after I've done your reading. I bring myself out of it, and I'm in there enough to feel it, say it, and then I'm out of it. I think this is what it's trying to say here. Is like, oh, you're feeling this, divine feminine. Feel this instead. Like, oh, that's difficult. That's difficult when it comes to the twin flame connection. It is. Hey, Barbara, and everyone else. I'll get to you shortly, Michelle. Thanks for your donation. Well, how can we do that then? Because a part of me, I know I'm indulging in connecting in with his energy, and I know he's going through it, and I know I'm feeling so bad at the moment because he's feeling so bad at the moment, and I know some of the reason that he's feeling so bad at the moment is because the way I acted on Saturday last time I saw him. I didn't know he was going away. I didn't know he was probably coming to speak to me about that, but he didn't manage to get it out before I shut him down. And yeah, so I've contributed to it some, but still, I'm interested. I'm connecting with his energy because I'm interested in what's going on. I want to know. I want to know. And then when I feel it, which I can't help but feel it, I don't want to feel this way. How's my energy? I'm doing all right, considering. I am doing all right, considering. It's difficult right now. Like I said, Scorpio season is beating my ass. We did nothing. It just hasn't come forward yet. So I danced with someone else. Like I said, I got crazy, danced with someone else and stuff. I got like this. That's what I did. No, he's consistent. I stopped being consistent on Saturday night. I think it was required though. I think it was required. It felt like it was required for me to show him my emotions. Saturday night I cried. I got mad too. And then I got ridiculously happy. But not true happiness, just like having a great time with someone else kind of thing. No matter what we're doing the 5D, we can't get it together in the 3D. Well, hopefully we can. Oh, here we go. And Saturn enters the mix. He's got a big scythe there, polished as well. Wow. Why have I never seen that before? Polished scythe. It looks polished to me. It's like golden and polished. Saturn's like, for the love of God, would you two get it together? 6 of 5. Saturn's reputation is less favourable than the others. Thank you, whoever that was. Simran, thank you. I'll be with you on the minis very shortly. So Saturn's reputation is not good. He's known for challenges, restrictions, and hard work. But his benefits are often overlooked. I didn't know you were in here, Tiki. I thought I'd let you out. You know, when I went to get my nails done yesterday, it's a good job I didn't manage to get a massage. The massage shop was closed and I couldn't get in touch with her. It's a good job I didn't. When I got back, she came out from under the bed. I'd been back a while as well. I'm like, oh my God, you're in here the whole time. She hates the rain, so she's hanging out in here with me lately. And even when I'm not here, hanging out in here without me as well. And when all the staff were in here yesterday, one of which is her actual owner, true owner, she didn't make a peep either. They'd all gone and she came bleary-eyed out from under the bed again. I'm like, wow. She usually moves about when there's staff in here. She doesn't hang around when there's staff in here. And it was full. Anyway, enough about the cat. Saturn. Saturn's benefits are often overlooked, but challenges, restrictions. It's just gnarly stuff, Saturn. Saturn rules our ambitions, goals, careers, achievements, and long-term plans. Long-term plans. These are all worthy things that often shape our lives to a significant degree. With achievements comes kudos and recognition, but with Saturn, these are all hard won, and it's in the winning of them that Saturn's true gifts are given. You know, this has taken so long, and it's so hard for good reason. It's proof, right? It's proof that someone's in it properly, isn't it? Someone goes through all of this and carries on. Like people haven't even survived like the slightest little bit of adversity, complications and challenges. Not even the slightest. Like most people, most guys wouldn't do the slightest thing to get, to go out with me or whatever. And this one, holy crap. It's like changing his whole life. It's taken so long. It's in the winning that Saturn's true gifts are given. Our journey toward realizing our ambitions is filled with serious choices, including how we deal with authority figures and obstacles. We confront structures, restrictions, and must determine how we face them, overcome them, or work within them. Through this, we gain experience and wisdom. Life lessons are taught, unlearned, or repeated. So for some divine masculines, they're in something religious or cultural or something like that, they're having to go against it to move toward this, and that's a big thing for them. They've got a lot to figure out there. So 6 of fire, Saturn brings a conservative, serious energy. Situations must be reviewed and analysed, and decisions made with calculating precision. For what happens now will determine future trends. Much can be won, but not without a cost. So it's serious. Saturn's like, yes, you can have this, but are you sure you've got what it takes to have it? They do, by the way. Divine Masculine does. They have what it takes. Let's do some minis. Let's just break up this energy a little bit because it's a little heavy. Michelle, thank you for your donation. Michelle, asking guidance from Source concerning a past childhood blockage affecting you now that you're unable to uncover yourself. Okay. That's the second time. They got me to get this deck out for the collective on Monday in this show. I haven't used this deck in a while. It's the something or other. I don't know what it is. Some kind of healing deck. Let's get into this for Michelle. What is it from childhood? Just can't get to the bottom of. Dispelling sadness. It's a sadness. Give me more on it. It's that grief for the inner child. Is it abuse or is it neglect? The two are very different. Not very different. No, it's not true. The two are different, but polishing my heart is about feeling. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. There's some sadness that you haven't faced, is what it is. There's some sadness that you haven't felt. Sadness from childhood that you haven't felt is what it's about. Tell us more about this, Michelle. Relax, can't relax. You see, that's what that said too. No, it's not that one. It's this one. On the back of this card, Dispelling Sadness, it says, I'll feel better once I get the rest I need. And then we've got relax here. And is this thought useful? Can't relax. Can't relax. because of the thoughts. Can't relax because of the thoughts. Hang on, I'm just trying to tune into how a child would take something here. So something made you sad, but you didn't feel it. You thought you can't relax for some reason. Back she goes under the bed. Good, being good. There's something about being good. Okay, so sad, but not allowed. Not you wouldn't allow yourself to feel it. You couldn't relax and just be yourself because you wanted to be good. So, good. What's good emotionally? Good emotionally is being happy, so everyone's pleased with you, right? And so, to be good emotionally. So, did you have parents that were quite unable to deal with you when you were in your emotions, and might have even said that you weren't being a good girl at that point, and you're like, oh, it's not good to feel these negative emotions, so I can't relax and be myself. It's like there's this feeling like, when you're sad and you want to cry and it's all heavy in your chest. I'm feeling like that. I've been on the edge of that for days now. But you take breath in more to get above it, and so that you don't let it out. It's that kind of a feeling. It's like I can't relax, breathe out, and let my chest heave and express the sadness. It's not okay for me to do that. So I can't relax and be emotionally true. Something about being good here, because polishing my heart, it's like being emotionally good. Is this making sense, Michelle? Feeling is a power that helps me heal. Yeah, you need to feel it. So you've got unexpressed emotions from your childhood, and there's this feeling like you can't be just emotionally true. You've got to be a certain kind of a way. Now, I recognize this because I had it before, and living in Thailand has made it different for me, because if the Thais are anything, they are emotionally transparent, so that you can tell how a Thai is feeling. So some people come to Thailand, right, and they'll say, nicest people in the world. And some people come to Thailand and go away going, holy crap, the scariest people in the world. And it's totally about the person that came to Thailand and not about the Thais. What Thai are very transparent with their emotions, so they are relaxed and allowed to be themselves. You disapproved of behavior and ways. Yours worked on changing it for the better. Yeah, but there's something that you're not noticing here, and it's about the emotions. That's why I was getting, like, abuse or neglect, which is it? You were hearing it as your behavior needs to change, be a good girl. But you're kind of overriding your emotions. Now, find a new approach and guidance. No, so let me carry on going on about Thais and what they taught me. So what I noticed is, like, what they're cool about people being not uncool. Let me change that. If someone comes to Thailand and they're a complete asshole, you will feel the wrath of the Thai. They won't hold their emotions back. If you piss them off, they will let you know completely. If you are emotional, or if you are angry about something, so something has happened to you and you are angry about it, they will be right there with you, not joining you in that emotion, but give you space for that. Now, and I saw that happen over and over again, and it's like, okay, so not only are they emotionally transparent, so you know what you're getting, because it's like contrary to the English will do the opposite. You don't know what anyone's feeling in England, because they've got that stiff upper lip thing going on. It's like, I will hide my emotions. And that's me. That's the way I was brought up too. I'm, I'm growing out of that now. It makes them very, well, people that are like that, not just Thai, but I've learned it here. So it makes people that are emotionally transparent very trustworthy because you know where they're at. They're not hiding something. It makes people like the English can be very scary because they could be raging inside, but they're not showing it. So you learn to be a good girl and you've taken that as behavior, right? But the key that you were missing was about the emotion. Just to be relaxed and be your emotional self. Allow yourself to be in whatever emotion you're in. And it's so important that we can do that because you miss your guidance system if you can't do that. If you can't recognize the actual emotion that you're in and you're trying to override it and be a particular emotion, which like law of attraction teachers try and get you to do too, and it's dangerous. So unhealthy. Yeah, you'll miss your guidance. And it takes, when you learn this and you're like, okay, so how am I actually feeling? And is it okay for me to feel that and actually express that around people? And it is. Was it okay for me to be like I was on Saturday night? Hell yes, and it was probably needed too. Instead of just like feeling that frustration and keeping it in, you know, letting it out on Saturday night. And did people go, oh, Claire, you're being inappropriate? No, they didn't. They didn't at all. They were just right there with me. What's up, Claire? You know, it was needed. And especially that you're asking now as well, especially that you're asking now, is because we're being slammed at the moment emotionally. It's like, feel it. And it's not as bad as you think it's going to be when you dispel that sadness, when you let that sadness out. So you're keeping a top on your emotions. And there's nothing good about that, although a lot of people, not here, but yeah, the Farang here, the Westerners here, well, I remember in Australia when I was emotional because I had just been raped, not just been like, but in the weeks afterwards, and I'd gone to the police and stuff like that, and I went out, and of course I was emotional. My God, I've been through one of the most stressful things in my life. And someone said to me, Claire, people don't like being emotional like that when you're out. No one would ever say that to you here. Oh, the Westerners would. The Thais wouldn't say that to you. Mm. So there you go. There's a window on it for you. And it's safer to let it out than you think it is. You don't need to people please. It's people pleasing, when we stuff our emotions down like that. But you got really good at it. You did. You got really good at it. So there you go. Feel it. It's okay. You can be mad or sad or any kind of a way. You can be frustrated. Think toddler. Think toddlers before they get neglected and abused. Toddlers when they're fully expressing themselves. They get mad, they do all kinds of things. Just be like that. And you might think, oh, well, that's not grown up to be like that. And we grow out of that. But why? It's an indicator that something is off. It's our guidance system. Something needs to change. And it's not us stuffing it down that needs to change. Okay. Simran, what do you need to know about your job? Thanks, Simran, for your donation. Wait. Judgment separates. So whatever you're thinking of saying, doing, changing, judgment separates. Wait. You're not thinking clearly at the moment. Sit on it. In a situation or about to be in a situation where you think you know what's going on and You're about to speak out on it, but you got it wrong. How many times have we all done that where we're in a situation we think we know, like they've done that, or they did, they said that, or they've done that, and then we go a little bit crazy about it, blaming someone about something, and then they go like, no, I didn't, and then there's another explanation to it that we didn't get, and we were so sure that we were right. You're going to be in a situation, and this is saying just like, wait, it's your judgment's off in it, and it's okay. It's just our filters, we come across situations, we put ourselves in the place of that person. It's like, well, there's that outcome. It's like the milk is spilt on the floor. Okay, so if I was in that situation, what would have happened? Well, I spilt the milk on the floor, and then you go to your kid, you spilt the milk on the floor. But that's just projection, right? We can be so sure, yes, that must have been what's happened. They've spilt the milk on the floor. My child spilt the milk on the floor. And then you go to the child going, you spilt the milk on the floor. And they're like, no, I didn't. I'm like, you must have done. I must be right. My way that I've seen it must be right. And they go, no, it wasn't me. I was getting a glass of milk. The cat came along and went like that. It's like, the cat. And so, Simran, you're going to have something like that at work where you're pinning the blame on someone in your mind and your judgment is off. So just wait it out and don't speak out too soon because it'll backfire. Initiate, meditate instead. Count to 10. Don't say it. You will be wrong. Yes. Is our guidance system turned off when we stuff things? Would know what's happening but don't make it known? Good question. Because we can still get our guidance system right. Because it's like, I'm frustrated. I know I'm frustrated, but I don't need to show everyone else that I'm frustrated. Yes, we can still get our guidance from that. But you got to remember that we're not an island. We're all one. So what happens when you are not giving correct feedback to other people? Things get messed up. Like I said, when people are emotionally transparent, they are trustworthy. To me, it's great. I no longer fear people here because I'm a good person. And I've seen it. I've seen it countless times, people saying, oh, the Thais are terrible. It's not. It's them that are terrible. And of course, they're going to get a terrible version of the Thais back because they're being a terrible person. I know that I'm safe with people that are emotionally transparent because I'm putting good out there. And so they're great with me. They're great with me, and they all tell me that I'm Thai because of it. But I've learned to be emotionally transparent back with them, right? So that they can trust me too. How are you going to get correct feedback? You know something's frustrating you, but you're not putting that frustration out and letting the other person know that they're frustrating you so that they can have their reaction, right? We've been told like, oh, don't react. Like, don't react. That's the problem. Just don't react. And so we stuff. But what if those reactions allow the resolution? If it's really important that we know, they know how what they're doing is affecting us, and we know what our response then is affecting them, and then it goes back and forth until there's a resolution. And like I said, I just know that what happened on Saturday night was really needed. I needed to blow up like that. I did. And sometimes people need that to know that you love them as well. Sometimes people need you to be emotionally transparent and express negative emotions to them so that they know that they're loved. Because if you're not emotional at all about someone, if you're just flat, They don't feel loved. Yeah, a lot of Westerners don't give one hint of what they're really feeling at all. It's scary. It is scary. Because you think, oh, someone's fine. No, they're fine, they're fine. And then rage, which rage is like pent up anger from a long time. And then rage comes out and like, watch out, everybody, when that happens, right? It's scary. So yeah. Wow, good ones. Minis. What else? So we've got Saturn going. I will throw major spanners in the works because this needs to be resolved. My God. You know, I love it when all these fire gods come out. Here is Mercury, is it? Mercury. Two of fire. And I'm not great at it. I'm not great at being emotionally. I'm used to stuffing it down. Like I've hidden my feelings about him real good. But to me, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like actively go after someone that's married? No. I ain't doing that. Yeah. Yes, it's Mercury, two of fire. The Roman god called Mercury was known for, among other things, delivering messages between gods and goddesses and mortals. Astrologically, this Mercury deals with how we think and reason, as well as how we communicate, including writing, speaking, and listening. By extension, it also governs how we gather and process data. It's like, I think Mercury's saying this too, like with what I was just saying too. It's like we don't want to be all in our emotions and letting our emotions lead everything, right? We've got to think about these things. Like I was saying with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands wants to come in and take that action, but it's very likely that the mind will stop them from doing that. Yeah, Saji. Two of fire represents the importance of communication. How interesting. If we were just talking about emotional communication. Either there's something that must be said or something that must be heard. And it made me realize, after that blow up on Saturday, because the part of me was going like, whoa, why did I do that? Well, I know why I did it, but what did I do that for? But his response has been more emotional, of course, because it's like I realized I've been hiding my emotions from him so much that he must realize how much in love I am with him when it comes out like that. The importance of communication. Either there's something that must be said or something that must be heard. The surrounding cards will help identify which way the communication needs to be flowing and with whom. Saturn. So much fire. Saturn is next to it. I'm just trying to figure this out. The serious one. The one that needs to make a decision. Yeah, it needs to come from the masculine. Or whoever the one is that making that decision, this decision to put a lid on something. Communication must come from them. So, yeah, it's reiterated that it's not. Well, perhaps the feminine needs to emotionally communicate. And by that, I'm not talking about words. Talking around emotions. I'm not talking about that. See, it made me realize, okay, so I've been asking him to tell me, and I've been telling him how I feel, but not showing him. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like you can tell someone you love them, but if there's no emotion there, they're not going to believe you, right? But then you blow up in a situation and they're like, oh, yeah, she really loves me. He doesn't speak or message about his emotions and how he feels but he shows me. And it's love languages, right? And he's waiting for me to show him. I'm like, I can't, because we're never alone, and I'm not going to be that person that goes after someone that's married. He's got to make the decision, right? Then come at me. But is he going to come at me if he doesn't know, if I haven't communicated those emotions? So it's complicated. Now, which is the next card? I don't know which way these came. Ostara. Ostara's next. Temperance. Okay. And the Seven of Earth. Ostara. And then I thought, well, what am I letting myself in for here if he's going to provoke me into feeling a lot like that? If that's his love language. Scorpio, yeah. Oh, look, the sun. Sun! Wow. Ostara. Life is becoming more prevalent than death. This goddess pours her sacred water onto the world. Sacred emotion, giving it life and color and beauty. The goddess? How interesting, because we just had Mercury saying the cards next to this are showing which way where the communication needs to be. And this says, the goddess pours her sacred water onto the world, giving it life and color and beauty. She pours her emotions onto the world. So communication, yes, emotionally from the divine feminine. She embodies delicate balance and elegant grace, like an eggshell, strong enough to nurture new life, but at the right moment is weak enough to be broken through, releasing its contents into the world. That was me. On Saturday. Balance, grace, flowing easily within the world, being at ease in your life. Like we were just saying with Michelle, being easy and relaxed to let those emotions flow. Being in the right place at the right time. Something about safety here. Do you feel safe enough to express those emotions? Seven of Earth. So I presume that this is the masculine then, Seven of Earth. Because it didn't say anything about the masculine. See, temperance, to me, like temper your anger, temper your emotions, that is kind of like they push it down, isn't it? And this is saying the opposite. She lets them flow. She lets those emotions flow. And it adds colour to the world. It's the not stuffing it down. Seven of Earth. Sea creatures, more water, even in an Earth card. Now's the time to move carefully, pay attention to your environment, be extra sensitive to energetic flow. Move and experience things differently than normal. Recognize that this is a new situation and adjust your perceptions accordingly. What am I getting myself into here? Yes, it's going to be very different. It is. I'm ready for it. It's going to be a very emotional relationship. I'm ready for it. Recognize that this is a new situation and adjust your perceptions accordingly. Flow as gracefully as possible without jarring or upsetting the balance. Flow with it. You might feel jarred, but flow with it. You see, why did we have the Maiden of Water going like, you're feeling all this fire, are you? Even though it's the water there, Five of Water, you're feeling all of this emotion. That's Maiden of Water comes out like, just be positive. And that's stuffing your emotions down, isn't it? Try and override it and be positive. No. Maybe that's saying what we've been trying to do is just be positive instead of feeling exactly where we are. If we're not expressing our emotions to the divine masculine, he doesn't even know that we love him. So try and flow with it. Try and flow with it emotionally and express it. New information. Don't take the lead in the action. It's his to do. It's the decision makers to do that. The Four of Water. Lots of water. Lots of water and fire. We've got a volcano. No, volcano is earth and fire. We've got a steam. Steam, letting off steam is what it is. Four of Water. Healing. Emotional healing. Four of Water brings with it the promise of healing of some sort, emotional, physical, or perhaps of a relationship. Perhaps all. Although there may be a bit of pain involved, the long run promises relief and smooth sailing. There's way more to this. There's way more to this, and I can feel it. It's on the back of the childhood stuff. We've got deep emotional healing going on at the moment, and these twin flame unions are instigating that, helping it along, pushing it along, making sure that it happens. That makes sense then. Saturday night, why it was the child first, and then I was in tears and telling my friend, well, I was abused and I was neglected and all of this, and I'm ultra sensitive to this, and I see it in her, and it's heartbreaking. And where the hell is a dad? And where the hell is a mum? And who the hell leaves the kids like this at a party? Because everyone else is there, and they just presume that, oh, I was mad. I was mad and I was crying. But of course I was super, super emotional because of him. It was because of Mr. Handsome that I was super emotional. And then he comes along to me after all of that, probably enjoying that I'm actually showing some emotion now, sits next to me, and I unleash on him too. And then he's like, okay. His family are nowhere to be seen. I don't ever see him posting about going to see his family. They're not here. Interesting. I wonder if he's had similar experiences, probably. I think there's a lot of emotional healing going on, and there will be, probably, at the start of these, when they actually come together as well. I think there'll be a lot of emotional healing, but it's already happening. And I think part of it is this temperance. Like, how about that temperance? I want to delve into temperance a little bit more here, see if we can get more of that out. Let's just have a look what it is in this other deck, what it says. Because if we've got more about... See, I've always thought, haven't you thought that too? Temperance, like pushing your emotions down, like temper yourself. If you're feeling angry, stop feeling angry, push it down, temper yourself. I've always kind of thought that was like, it's like this, because there's losing your temper. It's like letting your anger out like that. No, temperance is the opposite of that. It's tempering yourself. Getting the perfect balance in anything creates an alchemy that yields magical results. Balance. Of course, temperance is about balance. So there's a balance between it, yes. A lot of us have become so good at stuffing down our emotions that it's not balanced. But we're not saying be completely emotional all the time. The balance is there. There's got to be a balance there, between it. Yeah. They're broken up, but suddenly she's around, like in front of me. She's not aggressive toward me at all. She knows. In fact, kind of friendly and kind of respectful of me. It's a very odd situation, and I wish someone would tell me what the hell's going on. It's all right, but it doesn't make much sense to me. It's balance, yeah. Sagittarius is temperance. I want to read it from this book as well. Oh no. Send the cards flying. Yeah, they've broken up. I'm sure, and I'm sure it was ages ago. Because when she wasn't okay, that was last year. She wasn't okay last year. She was when she was in her regression. She didn't have her eyes on me at all. She was looking everywhere but at me, looking around at everyone but me. She'd smile at me and then look at everyone else, like on the warpath kind of thing. Now she looks at me and she knows it's me. And she seems happy. Yes, and she should be too. But not like because I'm scary, Timothy, but because I'm powerful. I've got powerful energy and I don't take any shit, and she better not try anything on with me, and she's not going to. No, we live in a small place, so she's going to be around. I'm going to be around her, she's going to be around me. So, yeah, I know, Barbara. Whew, whew. Anyway, what am I doing? I'm looking at temperance to see, get more emotional. I want more emotional instruction from temperance. Please, temperance, if you could. Thanks. Temperance reminds us to be mindful of any decisions we make at this time. But you see, some of us are too much that way. Some of us are too out of balance that way. It doesn't say temperance reminds us to be emotional about decisions that we make at the time. Because that's not what we've been taught, right? It's like, no, be mindful, use your mind more. That's the masculine paradigm. Be mind, right? Logic over emotion. So this book tells us to be mindful of any decisions we make at this time. It's like, but what if we're the opposite? What if we are too much that way anyway? Fixed signs, all of us. There may be a need for balance, moderation, or a reassessment of personal goals. In the grand scheme of things, and after everything you've been through, it's important to connect with the larger scope of your life. What gives you a sense of purpose and joy? It reminds us to be patient, loving, and caring. Does it also remind us to be angry, frustrated, and assertive? I think it should do. This card may also be an indication that you should bide your time with any long-term goals and advance gracefully and methodically with your plans. There's that gracefully as well. And grace, again, grace can, to me anyway, tell me if you think the same way, but to me, grace can signify someone moving with grace, like rising above it and not getting involved in it emotionally kind of thing. Being graceful about it, be graceful about it. Don't show your negative emotions about it. Be graceful about it. So that in itself has got stuffing your emotions down connotations to me anyway. But what if gracefully is flowing with it, Temperance is the pouring of the water. It's flowing with those emotions, needing to flow with the emotions more and let it out more. She's come to her uncomfortable peace with my existence. Yeah. I think she's quite comfortable. And she's got like a huge family around her. Yeah, she's not mad anymore. She was last year. Holy crap. See, that's when I was like, they're getting a divorce. Of course they're getting a divorce. I mean, like, that is what is happening. It's obvious. But then it's still not here. It's like, what's going on? What is going on? I don't know. But I think he's sorting it out so that everyone's going to be happy. And it's like, my God, it looks like that's even going to be possible. How the hell is he doing that? Anyway. Harmony comes from moderation in all things, mind, body, and spirit. Mind, emotion. Spiritual growth comes from learning the big life lessons along the way through a myriad of experiences, positive and negative. Yeah, so maybe grace is flowing with the emotions, not rising above it. Okay, miserable ladies. Let's find out more about this. Tell us more then. This is very interesting, don't you think? I've never felt so emotional in my life. There better be some change when he comes back. The Five of Wands. Competition. So I'm being told what to do. This could be that authority thing. How they deal with authority that came out before. How are they going to deal with authority? How are they going to empower themselves? Remember, we're talking about divine masculine here. This isn't Muggle masculine. This is divine masculine. It's gonna surprise you. Mine is surprising me. For sure. Me, I would have preferred it gnarly and sooner with disgruntled people. I didn't think this even possible, what he's managing to do, what he's managing to accomplish, if he does. But good on him for doing that. Someone's being told what to do here. Instruction. Ten of Wands, but they're putting down that burden. They're like, I am not complying. Wait, but they're not being aggressive about it. I'm not complying, and this is why. I'm putting this burden down. I don't agree with this. This is like I said before, this could be about religion, or it could be about an authority figure. It could be about a parent or a boss or someone that's telling them what to do, and they're putting that burden down. But in a reasonable way. Like, I'm not doing that, and this is why. It'd be like getting instruction, say, from a priest or a rabbi or monk or whatever, and they tell you, just forgive that person. And you say, I'm not going to do that, and here's why. Because I've learned that that is not what we think it is. The forgiveness thing. Sometimes it's appropriate and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's neglecting ourselves to do that. You know, it's something like I think you're right there, Deborah, too. I think they are surprising themselves too. Such a change. Holy crap! When I met him, it's like total player. He was in this marriage that he hated. Obviously hated each other, and he was just being a total player. And then he tried it on with me, and I'm like, yeah, don't play with me. I was disgusted. He regretted that. So different. My God, it's so different. 4 years later, so different. The potential was there. 10 of Wands. So yeah, putting those burdens down. I'm not doing that, and this is why. We, divine masculine, divine feminine, know more. We know more than authority figures. We've learned more than the authorities are telling us. It's like, the doctor tells me this and I say no, and here's why. Because the doctor tells me to eat less salt because of my blood pressure, and I'll say no, here's why. Because my body was struggling, because I sweat so much, because I work out, I had mineral deficiencies, I need the salt, right? It's something like that. But I think this is more spiritual of nature. I'm just getting it's more spiritual of nature. So somebody telling them what to do, and them saying, you know what, I'm not going to do that, and this is why. putting those burdens down, but from a very learned place, because they've learned better than that. It's obsessing the apple cart is just what I heard there. And then you make other people question it, right? When you make other people question it, when you've spoken out about that, like, maybe you're right on that. It makes them start questioning the rule book that they've had. Seven of Swords. Or it makes people dig in their heels even more and go through the paperwork and show them why. Even through the Bible. Well, this is why you're wrong. Some people dig in their heels in about that, yeah. Some people are opening up, but not many people are open to learning more. Some people dig their heels in and get their rule book out. And more adamant, you know? Isn't it interesting that this is coming out after, you remember, like, last week, 2 weeks ago when I was going through the whole, come along to these religious things, Claire, but you can't wear this and you can't wear that and you can't do this and you can't do that. And I'm like, can I really allow myself to take a backward step into all of this religious bullshit? Not all of religion is bullshit. Invite me to sit and meditate with you in the temple. Yeah, absolutely. But try and get me involved in the bullshit side of it. Oh, well, and then cover up your hair and then do that. Nah. Because no, I know better than that. I know better than that to get involved with that. And here, we've got a similar kind of an energy here, where they're not taking those burdens on anymore. Not kowtowing to authority anymore, but fully explaining why they're not doing that. But someone's digging the heels and going, no, you must do this. You must. If you're a good Christian, Buddhist, Jew, whatever we are, father, mother, what else? Yeah, man-made rules control. That's exactly what it is, right? We don't need it. It's complex reading tonight, yeah. Both. Oh, the emotions for the divine feminine. That's the divine masculine that's going through that, I feel. Oh, but it could be both. You might be going through that at the moment. Putting burdens down, you know better than that. Other people digging the heels, and it's like, well, dig your heels in all the way. You follow those rules, dear, and enjoy it. No, you won't enjoy it. You'll be miserable. But do whatever you want to do, but you're not holding me to that. The Knight of Wands, I'm taking action. I'm taking action to do something else. I'm doing something else. You do whatever you want to do. I'm doing something else now. I'm living my truth. Someone's standing up for themselves and saying, I'm living my truth. Yeah. Good. Back to the Knight of Wands there. I'm living my truth. Someone's breaking free of some restrictions here. These Eight of Swords restrictions. Making their own rule book to be good with themselves. It's like we can either follow other people's rule book and hate ourselves and feel conflicted in ourselves, or we can follow our own rule book and be in alignment with ourselves, and then we're good with ourselves. If you have the choice of pissing someone off, make sure it's not yourself. Like, just make sure it's not yourself. Always be good with yourself first, no matter who else is pissed off with it. If you've got the choice of pissing someone else off and pissing yourself off, always choose them. Always choose them. So, as much as they might be trying to make everyone happy. They're not. They're not. Someone's digging their heels in, and this is the way it should be. Shoulding. That's what that is. The shoulding all over them. You should do this. You should do that. No, I'm going to do my own thing. Two of Pentacles. A balance. I think we're onto the Divine Feminine now. I think those four were about Divine Masculine predominantly. And now Two of Pentacles, balancing things up. Like I said before, I think it's emotions and mind. Remember, with all of this, as the Divine Masculine is stepping into his Divine Masculinity, Divine Feminine needs to step into a Divine Femininity, right? And the more he gets into the Divine Masculinity, the positive masculinity, the more she can get into the positive femininity. Because they can do that together, right? And so what is that positive femininity? Well, we had a glimpse of it in this card, which said, about the feminine pouring her water on the earth, giving it color and all of that. Let me read it again, because it was just so clear to me what it was saying is that when she allows her emotions to come out like that, she adds spice to the world. She adds the love, the warmth, the nurturing, the everything. But she needs to be real. The goddess pours her sacred water, her emotions, onto the world. She lets it out, giving it life and color and beauty. It's a beautiful thing. When she lets all of it out, it's a beautiful thing. And I think that's how we're stepping into our divine femininity, which is a really difficult thing to know. And it's a quest that I've been on for many years now, is what the hell is that? Because we don't have her story. We only have history. We only have his story out there. We don't have her story. We don't know what that is. If it's ever been, I think it must have been. But what does that look like? Not in any of the history books. Of course it's not. It's his story, not her story. So this something about this balance. It's something emotional. It's something that we have been told is wrong about the feminine. There was a clue about it in the Temperance card in that book, which was coming from the masculine perspective of like, think about your choices. Be logical. My feminine's got to balance something up. Ten of Cups. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. This is the ultimate. Are you even ready for this? Ten of Cups. Are you ready for all the emotions that are involved in this? Balance yourself emotionally to be ready for this. Otherwise, it's going to be overwhelming. We cannot accept things in. We will not let them in. If it's out of our scope, remember how I'd say that we've got this bandwidth. And your bandwidth, especially if you've been abused and neglected, your bandwidth was right down there. You're accepting all kinds of shit. You would only let this shit in. It's like, abuse me. Yeah, be really horrible to me. Come into my life. Welcome. Be nice to me. Oh, God, no. That's way beyond. That's out of my comfort zone. I cannot let you in. And then we heal ourselves and our bandwidth comes up and it comes up. We say no to all of this shit down there as it does. That's how it raises up, because I know it's like, no, you will not treat me like that. No, I'm not having people like you in my life, and I will not accept that behavior and all of that. It goes up and up and up. But the Ten of Cups is up here, like the Ten of up here. We push it away. We push it away when it's too good for us, when it's too happy, too joyful, too good. So to raise our bandwidth, we've got to let go of more of this stuff. more of the stuff that is not good enough for us anymore. Raising our emotional standards even more. Raising your emotional standards even more. How do you do that? I know. Have you got it yet? You've got to let go of those negative emotions. You've got to let go of the negative emotions, right? So how do you let the 10 of cups in to raise up, well, these ones that you're still holding on to, those negative emotions? Not ignore them, not push them down, even better. Express them out, let them out, let it out of you now. That's why the childhood healing is coming up so much. That's why it's coming up so much at the moment. Let it out. Let out those negative emotions that you've been feeling for a long time. It needs to come out now. So yeah, just feel it all. Be in a heap of tears, whatever. Don't ignore it. Don't push it down. Kind of good that it's raining all the time right now, so I can do that. Friends, message me. Do you want me to come around and have a look at your washing machine? I mean, like complete tears. No. Not that she can't see me like that, because she can, but that I'm not ready to talk about. I'll talk about it with you guys. I'm not ready to talk about the whys with people on this island yet. I'm not ready to talk about. It's going to happen soon. I know it's going to happen soon for both of us. And he's talking now. I know he's talking to other people. He's not talking to me. He's talking to other people about it. Sometimes when I'm there too. I'm not at that point yet. I'm getting there. I've thought about. She's the only one that I've spoken to on this island about it. Only a little bit though. It's like, in my mind, there needs to be communication from him first before I can do that. Before I can then say to my friends, yeah, this has been going on and this has been going on for years now. You guys, you've only seen the last 2 years of it. This has been going on twice as long as that. And his friends know it. His friend was there with us on his birthday, sat across from me, and he knows it. He's been there. He's been by his side the whole time as he's been chasing me down. 4 years ago. Always. Them two, besties, best mates, always showing up at the gym. He knows. So it's all emotional. It's all emotional for the Divine Feminine at the moment. And got to get yourself ready for this 10 of Cups because it's coming. And you push it away if you're not ready for it. 4 of Chalices. This should be the healing card, shouldn't it? Emotional healing. 4 of Chalices. Show, communicate, let the emotions out. Yeah, all of it, Maria, all of it. It's all of it. I know what we want to do. We want to go, let the emotions out so I can feel it and process it that way. And there's stuff to that, yeah. There is merit to that, but and then we need to let them out to other people too. 4 of Chalices. What has this got to say? 3 wonderful gifts are presented to this woman, but she does not care for any of them. Instead, she visualizes a 4th option. This situation could lead to manifesting something amazing or giving in to depression. Which will she choose? She's dissatisfied with reality now. She wants something better. But there's something in this card of her, I don't want these things anymore, but I feel these things still. It's that I want a good relationship. I don't want someone to cheat on me. I don't want someone to abuse me. You feel, when you say that, you're feeling the ones that you don't want more. There's more feeling behind that than the good relationship. So she's wishing for this good one, but this is what she's really feeling. And that is what it's been said is like, oh yeah, you say you want this, you say you want the 10 of cups, but you're not feeling 10 of cups, you're feeling the crap that you've been through. And that's not for you to push down. When manifestations have really worked for me, it's not when I've been pretending that I'm happy. I'm not been like, let's pretend we're happy. Let's just affirm that none of this crap is there. No, it's not. It's when I get to the point of this shit has to end because this is shit and I've had enough of this shit and I feel shit and this is like, it's when I get to that point. And I've had like spiritual people say to me, oh, you shouldn't do that. I call it a universal tantrum. It's when I have a universal tantrum. And that's what it is. It's when I will feel those things and admit to feeling those things. And not only that, but say, I do not want this anymore. This feeling, this is no more of this. That's what that is saying. We need to get to the point where we'll actually feel it and go, oh, that's what neglect feels like. And really remembering it and really feeling it is like this neglect, no more of this. When you get to that point of like, no more. It's a positive choice based on feeling fully what that neglect did and the abuse and what else is in those cups, all of that stuff. So yeah, a lot of it is that internal work in ourselves. But you need to go through it. You need to actually feel it and be right in the middle of it. For it to change. For it to be fully left behind. It's like that was the point that I got to when I was in debt as well. And so super stressed out about it. It was like I fully was feeling it going, this anxiety, it's crippling. What am I doing to myself? This is horrible. I'm like beating myself up about it. And it's like, no. This has to stop. I have to stop doing this. And then I started taking care of myself, like feeling I'm worth way more than that. I'm not going to feel that way about money again. Fuck that. Money isn't important. Money's just a thing. It's not even as important as me, as my inner child. Beating myself up about that shit anymore. So I had to fully feel it to go, oh, I'm not doing that to myself anymore. And then the debt. And then I started paying the debt off. Just, it was only possible once I'd got to the feeling of this is horrible. I had to fully feel it like that. Has anyone else got to that point? Can you tap into that? Because that's where we're going to have to go with this stuff. We're going to have to go into the depths of the worst shit that's in us and fully feel it. It's still in us. That's what this card is saying, is that it's still in us. We can dream of that, the 10 of cups, all we like, that happily ever after, but while we're still we've still got those things that we're defensive about, there's things that we don't want anymore, but we haven't fully gone there and said, I am not doing that again to myself. I'm not doing that to myself again. That's the point we need to get to. So if you're in there, but they did it to me, you've still got it inside of you then. If you're still thinking that they did it to you. So if I was still thinking, oh, money did that to me, it was the bills that did that to me, it was my customers not getting the readings that did that to me. I hadn't fully got there. When I fully got there, it was like, I am the one that's feeling bad about this. But all these like other people and money and inanimate objects, I'm making myself feel this way about that shit. No, that doesn't have power over me anymore. Make sense? You're there too. Yeah. That's probably why that dream came up again. You're ready to put the lid on it, right? Never again. So if you still feel like a victim to something, there's something that you're not prepared to feel, and you're not prepared to feel that you continue the feeling that certain way about it. You're continuing to do that to yourself. So immersing yourself in the emotions, in that particular emotion to do with that thing, if you really immerse yourself in it and then try and kind of take that meditative step back from yourself and go, what am I doing to myself here? How am I making myself feel here? I was like that last night. I'm driving myself crazy here thinking about this. I want to stop thinking about it. It's like, you can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it. I want to stop thinking about it. You're making the last payment on a dental insurance. Wow. That's crazy. That's what I mean. That's what I meant before with this death card, Timothy. It's like we say that we've finished something and something's over, but there's still stuff that we're doing. Still invested in it and a little. So I'm gonna go there. Ugh, childhood stuff. 9 of chalices. Wish fulfillment. Strength. Look at these two cards together. That says it all. Like, look at it. The wish fulfillment, your fully happiness. What's she doing? Running from it. Running from it is what she's doing. Running away from it. Running away from it. That's what's happening. Why are you running away from it? Because your bandwidth isn't up there so that you can run toward it. Your bandwidth is still not within your remit. It's not within your bandwidth. We've got to release these horrible things first. Childhood stuff, oh my God. Not for the faint of heart. So we think we're waiting on them. Yeah, we think we're waiting on them to do their thing. If we did, we'd run from them. We are running from them. I see it in myself. I hate myself for it. Not hate myself for it. It's a little bit strong. I hate that behavior. We both do it. We get in front of each other and we can't speak. And we want to. And we can't. It's the running from each other, running from it. We're not there yet. We're not emotionally comfortable with it yet. With the wish fulfillment. We know that they are, but we're not fully present and open and just like, yeah, fully accepting of it. You know, when you're fully ready for something and you're fully accepting, you're just like wide open and welcoming it in, you're friendly to it and all of that. But this isn't that. This is the arm's length, let's run away from each other. You're my wish fulfillment, but I'm running away from it, and this is why. It's not emotionally comfortable, and it's not for either yet. It's not emotionally comfortable for either yet. There's still stuff to heal. Let's get some messages. Do the masculine. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? Messages from masculine. You inspire me in so many ways, which leads us to believe that the feminine is ahead. So she's inspiring him to what? To love himself more, to make better choices for himself, to stand up for himself, to all of that stuff that we've already done. Inspire me in so many ways. Good. What else does he want to say? Divine counterpart. He knows it. In the divine counterpart. What does the divine feminine want to say to the divine masculine? What do we want to say to the divine masculine? I wish you knew how grateful I am to have met you. All the crap you put me through. All the crap you've put me through for so long. I wish you knew how grateful I am to have met you. I'm done playing games. Well, is that? I'm done with it. Yes, I'm feeling this. Maria, they never seem to end. It comes back around over and over again for deeper healing. But yeah, just want happiness instead of healing. You can't have it though. You'll always sabotage it. It's like that bandwidth thing. Can't I just have this without doing this? Can't I just have it? And it's like, well, no, because you'll push it away and you'll run away from it and you won't do it. Because you can't. It's like, can't I just have the money without healing my problem with abundance? It's like, no. You can wish for it all you like, but it's not going to happen. It's got to come with self-love and all of that and empowerment and changing the way that you feel about it and all of that stuff. Let's get more messages out. So what else does the Divine Masculine want to say? Divine Feminine wants to be straightforward now, right? Don't playing games. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to the Divine Feminine? I pulled away because I'm overwhelmed with all the things going on in my life. It's got a lot of stuff going on. It's cleaning up on aisle 6. Cleaning up the whole shop. Not just aisle 6. Aisle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can't be in it until he's sorted that stuff out. Too much to sort out. You're always on my mind. Cannot stop thinking. Office Works. Really? My ex worked at Office Works. Did work at Office Works. Storage. Oh. Can you get it online? Takes stuff ages to get from Australia here. I don't know why. Get stuff from the UK and America quite quickly. China's a little bit slow. It's right next door. It shouldn't be slow. But it is. Australia. It takes months for something to come from Australia. What's that all about? Okay, what does the Divine Feminine want to say to the Divine Masculine? Divine Feminine, what do you want to say to the Masculine? I feel like I'm not good enough for you. Really? How interesting. I feel like I'm not good enough for you. I wonder if that's the emotional stuff. I wonder if that's the past stuff. Because on the surface of it, this isn't true, right? On the surface of it, we think we're the Empress already. I think this runs deep. Thanks, I'll check it out, Christine. Once I worked at Office Works as well. I did stock take with them one time. It wasn't much fun. But the politics of the place was weird. As someone's partner that works there, the interactions of the staff were weird. Oh God, some weird stuff went on. Office Works and Lismore. I could tell you some stories about the staff there. Okay. Feel like I'm not good enough for you. Anyone feeling that, Divine Feminines? Well, maybe it's going to be when they come through, though, after like fully pulling a Divine Masculine thing off. And you're like, whoa. It makes sense to you? don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. What do you want? Maybe it's going to come in saying, what do you want? I don't know. That's not true. She does know what she wants. She just doesn't want to say it. You know? When someone says, what do you want? And we go, I don't know. We actually do know. We do know, but we don't want to say it. We don't want to admit to it. It could be coming in asking us what we want and us scared to say, 10 of cups, please. So we go, oh, six cups, maybe 6 cups, maybe 7, I don't know. Could perhaps go for 8. But yeah, are you yet comfortable enough to say 10 of cups, please, from you? I want the moon on a stick, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. What is it that you want? Just shows, doesn't it? Divine Feminine isn't in a stronger position as she thinks she is. And that I don't know what I want, I'm likening that completely to what we were just told about the emotional scale as well. We think we're ready for the 10 of cups. Yet we're running away from 9. The 9 of cups. We're still holding that at arm's length. Not yet willing to say that that's what we want. Pretending that we don't know what we want. Not really feeling good enough for it yet. Because as a little wounded child, still hasn't had those emotions. Still being neglected, still being abused. That's the thing that really hit me with the emotional healing that I've done so far. I've obviously got some more to do. It's that when you're feeling it and then you realize you're doing it to yourself, you realize you're doing it to your inner child. It's like, oh my God, I'm still treating my inner child, myself, like the one that hurt me. I'm doing the same thing to myself. I'm doing what my parent did to me, or I'm doing what that teacher did to me, or I'm doing what that ex did to me. I'm still putting myself through that emotionally. I'm doing it to me now. They're not around anymore. I'm doing it to myself now. That's the point that you get. Well, I am not doing that to myself anymore. That's where we need to get. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Whew, enough. At least it's happening now. No more. Temperance, 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 wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. How boring was that when all of that was going on? Month after month of the same messages. Thank God we're out of that. Thank God some movement is happening now. And I know it's like, we would just like to jump straight to the 10 of cups, but we've just been told why we can't do that, why we're not even allowing that. We've still got some sabotages in place, but we're pretty close. I would say we're pretty close. I am going to be creating a pick a card read today. I'm going to do secrets. What's secret? What are they keeping secret? What do they want to reveal? That's what I'm going to do today. Let's put us through the ringer. We're already going through it. Like we're already going through it. Don't you think? Is it just me? I'm putting it on, passing it on to you guys. Man. Okay, so if you feel on the edge of the emotional stuff at the moment, go there. Let yourself go there. Delve into it. You won't die. You might get through a few boxes of tissues, packets of tissues, whatever you've got there. But you won't die, and you might just set yourself free from it. Look for that. How am I doing this to myself? How am I continuing to do this to myself? That asshole that cheated on me. How am I continuing to give myself that same pain? You have to do it through the emotions, feeling those emotions and fully going there. It's like, how am I holding myself in this emotion all the time because of what that person did? How am I re-traumatizing myself or redoing that to myself? doing that to my inner child. That's where the keys are. For those of you that got to the end, congratulations. But we can talk about it all we like, but having to actually do it is another thing. Now's not the time for numbing. Now's not the time for avoidance of this. Not even for meditation, which is what I was trying to do to sleep last night. I went training yesterday morning. I was terrible because I hardly slept the night before. My friend came by. She was busy. She'd got classes and stuff and work to do. But she came by and she just sat on a scooter outside of it. And she's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's lying." And we messaged each other later. And I'm like, "I am exhausted and have been all day." She's like, "I knew it. I knew it when I saw you that you went okay." It's time to go there, everyone. Put yourself through the ringer. Okay, let's do this all over again on Friday. Let's see if anything has come out. Bring your stories as well. Remember it and bring your stories about this stuff, about what you found out. Go there. It can carry on raining so that I can stay at home and do this, but it is kind of nice that the sun's come out there. Okay, have a good one, everyone, and look out, watch out for that pick a card read that I'll put up. I don't know why I want to do secrets, but that's what I want to do this time, so I'm going to do it. I got that one last night. There we go. Join our Facebook club, and I need a pee. And wow, that's been 2 hours. Okay, I'm out of here. See you on Friday. Bye.